Anthony, it's good to be with you physically in person.
Indeed.
The latest Battleground tracker, you have a change in the storyline from July. Explain that change to us.
Yeah, back in July, John, after talking to voters in all these congressional districts, we were seeing Republicans with a lead to take control of the House. You need 218. They were at 230. But in our latest estimate, again, talking to voters in all these districts, Republicans go down to 226. So a little bit of momentum there for the Democrats, back the other way.
And where is that coming from? And I'll double load this question, which is last week we had primary races and a special election, which abortion was a very important issue. Is that coming up in what you're seeing?
Yeah, and in those races, the Democrats overperformed their numbers from the past. And look at this in the poll. Likely voters are more likely to say they're going to the polls to support abortion rights than to oppose them. And that is accruing to the Democrats. That's number one. And then the other big part of this, John, I'll show you, is that Democrats are making some gains among key groups, including among women voters. They have risen in support with, including white women with college degrees, up from 45 to 54.
So it's a motivating issue for them. It's not just they have an opinion about abortion. It's actually changing the way they believe about this election.
Democrats now say it's the most important thing.
Now let's talk about the Republicans.
Yeah.
Since you and I last talked, Donald Trump has had a visit from the FBI to Mar-a-Lago. How is that showing up in your numbers?
Yeah, there's a couple of things here. One is that Republicans say they want the party to support Donald Trump on this. That's important politically because it, A, motivates their base to turn out, but B, puts pressure on those party leaders not to criticize him, right?
And maybe even to speak up for him, to come out and positively have to say something in defense of him.
Indeed. But for the rest of the electorate, Donald Trump is a net negative. And if you look at where he's a factor, and by the way, he is a factor for most people, which is unusual for midterms, the former president, right? But there's more people out there to oppose him than support him. So this is Republicans being motivated, but for independents and Democrats, it's against him.
All right, so now let's step back out. This election is taking place in the context of a very jittery, wobbly economy. What do your numbers show about what people think about the economy and/or the president's handling of it?
Getting a little better on the economy. We've got some movement. Now, it's still bad. Let's emphasize that. And by the way, Republicans are winning people who say that the economy is bad and important. That's important as well. But a little bit of improvement, so an uptick in Biden approval, and that in turn motivates Democrats who say that they're more likely to vote this year.